We're outside. That's the Christmas tree. They have a crane still constructing it. Everything is up and going. We just exited hotel. So that's the hotel. And in this direction, we're going towards the Grand Hotel. It's a nice little path. It's not even 5 minutes. It's like a 3-minute walk straight into the hotel. And then over here, so the direction for the VIP entrance, the VIP experience is also the same direction, as well as the hotel and hotel guest access to the park. This is their grand entrance to Universal Studios Grand Hotel. It's beautiful. And then we have fountain over there. So that's the VIP entrance. They only allow hotel guests to come in, and this is security. And then that's the actual entrance. So that direction is the direction to Grand Hotel. That's the VIP experience renewal, and then that's the park entry. And we are back. That's the entrance, and we are into the park. Yeah, the park is a little underwhelming. It is kind of, yeah, it's a weird park, but it's still great to be back at the park. Looks like they have some Christmas decorations up already. Look at this. We're going to be staying here tonight. It is a Saturday, but it is really quiet. There's not a lot of people here. There's about, I would guesstimate about a couple thousand people, maybe 5,000, 6,000. Not a lot today, but it's a Saturday and it's mid-November. So kind of disappointing, not gonna lie, but yeah, I'm not gonna complain about low wait times. The longest wait time here right now is at 20 minutes for Jurassic Flyers, which we're gonna do for. Alright, it is 11:30. Finished our first ride on Jurassic Flyers. Pretty quick. It was a 20 minutes wait. It's the longest wait here today. I think they have their capacity because the number of trains on the actual coaster was half of what they were usually. So that's why the capacity was a bit smaller, but still a very constantly moving ride. Right now, I think we're gonna take a look at Camp Jurassic because I didn't really take a good look at it before, but there's probably more to it that I haven't seen before. They have these little machines with screens for little kids, like play some mini games and then learn about dinosaurs. So that's pretty cool.
And I'm going to help you create your very own dinosaur.
So Camp Jurassic is pretty cool. It's more of a kids area. I tried to climb some of the bits and they said, don't, you're too big. It's a kids area you can play and explore, and then you can learn about dinosaurs and do all kinds of stuff. So that's a pretty cool thing that you can have your kids do. Let's look at this jersey. It's $3.79. I like this design. This is really cool. It's a hoodie. They have a cool Jurassic Park hat. $129. This mug is also $129. So you can either get a hat or a mug for the exact same price. And this t-shirt, this is $199. They have these Jurassic World Dominion merch and pins. This $199. Now that's the tee that you want. This is ride specific. It's a nice thin sort of breathable material. $169. So overall, the merch at the park is pretty good. Most of it is pretty good. Some of it is kind of tacky, but some of it is kind of avoidable if it's tacky. But yeah, the price is pretty expensive, but the ride, oh man, that's amazing. It's a great ride. I mean, it's kind of like Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man, but it's sort of like the next level of it. It's more relied on physical sets and effects. The Indominus Rex animatronic chasing you, I figured it out. It's on a circular track, and then one of the legs is stationary and the other leg moves, and then it just goes around. and it looks like it's chasing you. I think as good as a ride that Jurassic World Adventure is, it still uses the same sort of ride vehicle as, you know, Spider-Man, the Scoop vehicle, and then Transformers, and I think they're going to use it for the Wizarding World ride that they're going to put in Epic Universe in Florida. It's fine, but I mean, they were planning into making a gyrosphere ride, but that's fine. They could have innovated, but I think they just chose not to, just, you know, because of budget. I think that's the main reason. That's just budget. Still a good ride, but it doesn't save the fact that the rest of the park doesn't have rides that are on the exact same quality as this ride, which is unfortunate. Baby Raptor. Today, I think I'm going to do something that I haven't done before. I'm going to do the Raptor encounter. It's the meet and greet with one of the 4 Raptors, Blue, Charlie, Delta, or Echo. Let's see how it goes.
放松，前进，这里不到，前进，非常好，看这边，这就是我们的驯鹿楼，不动，不，放松放松，这点，提醒大家一下，千万不要主动去吸引他的注意力。 普罗，我们已经到8号围场了，冷静一点好吗？放松，来，静，冷静，来，大家请放心，侏罗纪世界非常安全。
Finish the Raptor encounter. It's pretty cool. We got to meet Blue. Out of all 4 Raptors, we got to meet Blue. So that's great because he's the guy, he's the man. I mean, the gal, because it's a she. And she's blue. But it's a cool experience. You get to meet Raptor and then they take a couple pictures. The Raptor encounter bit where you get to, like, you know, tell them to do stuff, like to stay or to go back or come. There's not a lot of it. It's mostly for the first person that volunteers at the beginning, but the rest of it, not so much. But overall, it's still a really cool experience, and then you get to, you know, buy a picture if you like it, and then you can keep it as a memory. So it's about 1 o'clock. We're gonna have lunch at Hammond's. I've never had lunch here or anything here before, so you can actually book like a space as soon as you get into the park. You come up to the attendant at the front and then tell them your name and phone number, and then they can book a seat for you. But it doesn't really seem necessary right now because there's not a lot of people today. Mm, 对，
这2个是那个万龙的眼睛。
哦，明白。
对，因为在电影里边，每一次万龙眼睛出现的在那会儿，都预示着危险的一个到来。
哦。
然后呢，在咱们餐厅的一个寓意的话，是这2只龙全程关注着咱们客人就餐的一个体验。
哦，明白。好，谢谢。Some of the best views that you can get of the entire park, other than here in Sunset Grill. Sunset Grill is a decent view, but this is the best view. Super Showy Funland. You can see Despicable Me Minion Mayhem's huge show building. That's the lair, the villain restaurant, Bake My Day, little Christmas tree that's still growing at Mel's. That's the Universal Studios Grand Hotel. That's lights, camera, action, and they're ginormous show building. Does this Lights Camera Action actually need that big of a show building? Does it honestly? I mean, couldn't they just like make it shorter and then show more of the amazing architecture of the Grand Hotel? I mean, yeah, it's okay. And then you got Hollywood Boulevard. That's untrainable. I mean, the theater is actually really big. That bit's really tall for some reason. Over there, very end, Sunset Grill. And then on this side, if you're sitting on that side, you get a great view of Jurassic Flyers just flying by. This is one of the best restaurants for theme parks. That was quick. So this is the roasted pear on garden green. So it has mixed green, roasted pears, red peppers, tomatoes, arugula, roasted fennel, and a sesame vinaigrette. This roasted pear is nice. The roasted pear is a really nice sort of contrast to the rest of the vegetables. It gives it a nice sweetness, a nice little crunch, and it's really nice. So for a salad, it's really good. Personally, I'm not kind of a salad guy, so personally, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. It's really good. We also got a mocktail. This one's called Amber, of course themed to Jurassic World. Just a couple thoughts on it. Overall, it was just really sweet. It just tasted like cough syrup, as does a lot of specialty drinks throughout Universal Beijing, which is kind of unfortunate. They provide you with disposable plastic gloves for you to eat burger if you don't want to get your hands dirty. So this is the dish that they promote the most. This is the Hammond's burger, which contains 100% beef patty, they specify, bacon, cheddar cheese, fried egg, garlic aioli, pineapple sauce, onion straws, and a sesame brioche bun. This is the Hammond burger. Look at that. Look at the cross section. Alright. Wow, this is messy. That's nice. And the patty, it feels a little processed. It's not actually like fresh meat, but the rest of it, and I got egg, pickles, tomato, cabbage, coleslaw, and bacon. That's a whole lot of stuff. It's really good. There's lots to it. It's really thick and it tends to be really messy, but the disposable gloves really does help. The bread does get a little soggy, but overall the taste is pretty good. The patty's just not quite there. It's not like actual fresh meat, but for what it is, it's still really nice and still really juicy. It has a nice texture to it. Not very tender. It's sort of a thick, sort of fast food patty. So overall, for the burger, I think I'll give it 8 out of 10. I like it. I mean, the bread is nice and sweet. The other ingredients is nice and flavorful and brings everything together. These fries are nice. They got a little cold, but they're nice and crunchy. And yeah, good fries. Let's try the pasta. We got the seafood rigatoni, which has rigatoni, prawns, mussels, squid rings, and tomato sauce. Okay, this pasta is definitely not like a canteen style, pasta that you get at like a quick service restaurant. You can tell that the sauce is fresh, the pasta is pretty fresh, and all the seafood is really fresh. So what you're getting is the quality. The taste, it's pretty good as well. Yeah, I like it. It's pretty nice. So I would give it, 7.5 out of 10. And finally, we got a slow braised pork neck, which has garlic morel mushrooms, pumpkin risotto, and a milk bok choy. So I'm trying the pork neck. It's a little dry. It's a little dry on this side. And there's a lot of fat on the other side. Look at that. It's all fat. And this is the pumpkin risotto. It's kind of mushy though. You don't see the individual rice grains. Yeah, it's kind of mushy. You kind of lose the texture of the rice. But still, taste-wise, it's still really good. It's definitely a 7 out of 10 for me. And for dessert, we got the fossil excavation. It's their specialty dessert. It's a cool little egg. I think that's a triceratops. So this has a caramel pâte de crème, a white chocolate shell, cookie crumbs, berries, and mint. Alright, let's try this over. What's in here? Ooh, what's this? What is that? Get a nice big bite of this. I like the texture. You have white chocolate, then inside it's like a cream, caramel cream. It feels like it's like an egg made of egg or like a creamy substance. Never had this before. I mean, I like it. It's alright. And it's not too sweet. It's not as sweet or as intense as I thought it would be, but it's good. So I'll give it a 6.5. It looks like they have a second dining room. That's not the main dining room, but this is the main one with the actual open kitchen where they actually make the food. Alright, we finished our lunch. It's already 2:30. Huge thanks to the team members at Hammond and Andy and the other guy. He didn't have his badge, so I can see his name. But also thanks to that guy as well. They do a really good job, and the service is just really good. Looks like they're preparing for the parade already. And yeah, I think we're gonna go watch Sing on tour now. Just, you know, relax for a little bit, do whatever, and then we're gonna go check into our hotel. Oh my god, it's revolutionary. I finally found a churro at Universal Beijing. Parade's about to start. I think I'm gonna grab a churro first. We just did a mini mayhem. It was alright. You got it. Churro. Let's try it. Really loud. The parade's about to start. They had some. I really don't get it. Why they have like people in BMWs driving through in the front. I don't know what they're for. I don't know who these people are. I don't know why they get to be on a BMW, but they are. Got my churro. Let's try this. Look at that. It's very doughy. The sugar and cinnamon, they're pretty good. There's more than enough. It's just a little hard, quite dense, so it's not as gives it much of a crunch or a softness as it should. But for what it is, it's a churro, and not a very good churro, but it's kind of tough. Not very limp too. 6 out of 10. So we decided to stop and watch the parade, and now it's over. It is 3:43. We're gonna go do our COVID test. We're gonna head towards the metro station, do our COVID test, and then go back to the Grand Hotel and then check in. Grabbing a coffee at Peet's Coffee, and yeah, we're gonna head to COVID test. Looks like Prince Charming is on and about after the parade, just chilling around. That's pretty cool. It's about 4 o'clock already. So I think we're just gonna go check into the hotel first, and then we're gonna do COVID test because we need a bit of rest.